Kia ora, I'm Andrew Whiteside and I'm here today to share with you a brand new exciting play and an important play about the AIDS epidemic in New Zealand.
I can't stand porn. Used to love it, hate it now. There's just no mystique anymore. I sit there watching thinking, oh, the dreadful sofa.
Everything After is a new play by writer-director Shane Bosher with a very experienced cast and an award-winning script. Opening in July 2021, this production tells the compelling story of the generation of New Zealanders that survived the HIV and AIDS epidemic and what happened after.
It's such a cruel paradox. Get really sick, enjoy a better life.
Oh, my name is Simon Prest and I play Nick, who is kind of the main character in the play Everything After. He is so like me in so many ways, and our character flaws are practically the same. It's almost as if Shane's been looking into the window of my life and making notes.
Is that kind of Shane?
Yes!
Fuck. How's the sex?
My name's Alison Bruce. I play Mary, who is Nick's very best, steadfast friend. She's very pragmatic. She's a nurse. She's got a great sense of humour. She doesn't get bogged down in stuff. She's very down to earth. Yeah, I like her a lot.
Thank you for the analogy. I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested in this, like you, me.
I'm Matt Minto. I play Tom in Everything After, and I really like Tom. He's playful and interesting and brave at times, I think. Yeah.
I don't know, I guess.
I started creating this piece of work because I was, I suppose, really interested in the change of generations and the kind of passing of the baton, if you like. And I started asking questions about cultural transmission and how we hold our histories and whether we are actually telling our stories and kind of moving them forward into the future. And this play came about as a result of that.
At this late stage, okay. 8 weeks. Remember last year?
When I started thinking about casting this play, I wanted, because I'm the writer and director, and I haven't actually put those two roles together before. I've directed and designed, I've directed and produced, but writing and directing is a very specific thing. And so I deliberately chose people that I had long-standing working relationships with, that there was a shared language with, a sense of courage and play and wickedness. Matt, for you, what have you sketched in terms of your dating history?
I think the play is a great sort of exploration of the generational interplay between gay men. I think it's dealing with the aftermath of what happened in the 80s and 90s with the full force of the epidemic, AIDS epidemic, and the ramifications of that for the survivors and also for new generations coming through, that are either really conscious, or I think everyone's conscious of it on some level. So it sort of plays with those sort of different dynamics.
Ridiculous. We couldn't have that, so we called her Mary. I know, it means the same thing.
So many bits of the play, they speak to me. I think there is an element of dealing with ageism, of once you become a certain age. I think particularly if you're a gay man or if you're a woman, is that you become sort of invisible and you no longer present or are considered a sexual being, or that there's really a place for you anymore. And Nick's journey through the play, it's been many, many years since he's felt love, and love comes into his life. And the play is sort of about what happens to a man of a certain age when love comes into his life, and then what happens to a man of a certain age when that love leaves. And that's sort of the journey.
That's a bit emotional, that.
Well, it is emotional. The play is so funny, thank God. There are so many laughs, but it's also I'd bring some tissues. I'm bringing some tissues.
I think the writing is exceptional. It's so clever, so witty, so real, funny, and profoundly moving and fearless. Really fearless. Shane writes in a way that just goes, it opens out, but with great elegance. So that's really attractive. For Mary, she gets this terrific journey where she is great mates, having a great time, but always nudging Nick until the end where she's really having to screw her courage to the sticking place to be the one for him. For me, there's a challenge in it to, I think I have to adapt my natural way of being a bit to be her, and I'm only just coming to realise that, like in the last few days, which is always a fantastic challenge. Yeah. Also, you know what? I would read a shopping list for Shane, quite honestly. Yeah.
Gay, then. Yeah. Gay. And her mate Deb, another nursing crony. They started a scrapbook.
Oh, I think it's valuable because it's having the conversation. It's confronting, and it's exploring things that we're all living through that we may not get a chance to talk about. And so I think it absolutely investigates things that it's uncomfortable and challenging, and I think it triggers a lot of stuff. And so I think that's why it's so important.
The play is by no means an answer to anything. It's the brokering of a conversation for me. There are lots of balls kind of lobbed up in the air, and I suppose the greatest result of this piece of work is that people go off into the night arguing with each other about the ideas that are in the play.
I do hope that people get to see it. It's not on for too long here at the Q, main big Q. Beautiful set. I think it'll be, a contemporary, world premiere of contemporary New Zealand play. It's exciting with seeing.